Thank you so much. Oh, so sick.
Hello,
Get
mate,
me a
come
big
here.
man. Oh my god.
If I fall in, do you reckon I can like hold it above my head?
It's bound to go under
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Looking good, bro.
This is the first feature.
This is the first feature. Here he is.
Oh, mate, I feel honoured.
So if you hadn't guessed already, we are doing paddleboarding today. I've only ever done it once before and fell in loads of times, so I'm probably not going to risk bringing the camera with me. Walk it up.
Once we just fall in straight away.
You got to start on your knees.
I was going to say, I'll wait on dry land with yourself, you know, try and look a bit cool here, preserve my dignity. So I better not get in the shot, have I? No, hang on.
Push him really hard. Please fall in.
Hard on your left, Dave.
Okay.
1 hour later.
Did you fall in, mate?
You pushed me in.
Fantastic, mate. What an experience. I jumped in, I wasn't actually pushed in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely didn't fall in. Alright, so paddleboarding was a lot of fun. Time to go and get some food. Cirencester's pretty. Yeah, very nice here. How's your stomach feeling?
It's great, thanks. I'm not saying it on the air.
Feel like you might need a big shit or something like that?
Nope, I'm all dandy.
I thought you said I'm all done.
Cheers! I've had a lovely day.
Likewise.
Yeah.
It was, but I think with yourself, Lois, you gave the thing legs and you.
It's by accident, isn't it?
I bet you're all set.
Taste test as well. Goujons. Very good.
Hot.
Very hot.
Yeah, you can see the steam coming off out your mouth.
I'm trying to play it down, but it's like very hot.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Alright, just got home. I'm absolutely shattered. Paddleboarding is actually a lot harder than it looks. I have done it once before, but yeah, I've remembered how tough it is. But I did manage to stay on my board a little bit longer this time. But yeah, the balance that's required in like the proprioception on your feet and everything. I'm hoping it's going to like carry over to the gym next week. Probably not, but like with squats or something, that sort of balance work. But yeah, absolutely exhausting. But to be honest with you, today has just been like my ideal Sunday. Just hanging out with mates, in nature, paddleboarding, having nice food, had a couple of drinks at the end. It's just been a really chilled day. But like I say, I am pretty exhausted, so I'm going to probably get an early night, even though it is like 9:30 now. But hopefully I'll have a good long sleep, and then I'll feel nice and fresh tomorrow for my deadlift session. So I definitely need to go paddleboarding more if it means that I have deadlift sessions like I did yesterday. It just felt so good yesterday, so much so that I actually messaged Matt this halfway through my warm-ups, where I was basically begging him to max out. But luckily I managed to rein it in, and I did stick with the plan with 245 kilos for a triple, and that moved really well. And then I did actually get a message back from Matt saying, well, if we don't max out today, how about we max out the Sheiko deadlift and see what you're capable of there. So I thought that was a good idea. I did cap it at 240 kilos for a triple on my Sheiko. Definitely could have gone heavier, but I didn't want to sort of stress myself too much, I suppose, because obviously it requires more reps. But it was interesting to see what I could Sheiko deadlift and how that felt doing a little bit heavier, because normally I go quite sub-maximal on my Sheiko deadlift, around about the sort of 200 to 210 mark. So 240, I was pretty happy with that. It's a new personal best, new variation PB on my deadlift, so it's nice that I managed to hit some sort of PB when I was feeling really good yesterday. But I wanted to quickly talk about the Sheiko deadlift and why it is a little bit of an unutilized movement or variation for the deadlift for a lot of people in their programs, and how I actually think that the Sheiko deadlift has contributed to a lot of the progress that I've made in my deadlift over the last sort of 6-7 months. So I just wanted to quickly talk about why I think it is so good and why it's probably not used as much, because obviously it's half a deadlift, so it's basically half repping a deadlift, and a lot of people look at that and go, well, what's the point, you might as well do the full deadlift. But by doing that you can sort of load a little bit more, so you can put more weight, and what it really does fundamentally is teaches you the importance of the starting position of the deadlift, and it really ingrains that hinge from the floor to the knee. And you might think, well, I can, if I'm focusing on speed off the floor, I can just do a deficit deadlift. But the deficit deadlift puts you in the wrong position, because it means that your hips are going a little bit higher, and it's changing the angle, because obviously as you go up, your back becomes more horizontal, and that's not how you're going to be deadlifting. You want to stay in the same hinge position and then just go from there to the extended position or semi-hinged position if you're going to the knee. But what it does is fundamentally ingrains that starting position, and I think a lot of people fail the deadlift from the starting position. And what I mean by that is, if the weight is too heavy and they try and pull, often you'll see someone's hips start to rise, and from there you're just using all your back, and you're not using the most powerful hip extension muscles and the biggest muscles in your body, which is your glutes and your hamstrings. So what the Sheiko deadlift does is just ingrains that movement, that hinge movement, keeps you in that solid position from the very start of the movement. And once you get it sort of past your knee, then like I say, it is just a hinge extension position to lock out the movement, so it's just using a little bit of momentum. So I think it's a really, really good movement to sort of ingrain the start of the deadlift, and it is just momentum. If you get off to a good start with your deadlift, more likely than not you can lock it out. So I was having a little look through my Instagram, and I realised that 212 kilo pause squat from Wednesday was actually the heaviest squat I've done in any form, so SSB or back squat, since January. So that's a little bit depressing that that is the heaviest squat in 7 months, but I suppose I've got to look at it from the positive point of view that at least I am starting getting up to those heavier numbers again. It's still a far cry away from 240/250, which is my personal best, but it's a step in the right direction, and we just got to focus on that because obviously there's been lots of bumps in the roads, injuries, that sort of thing that I've had to overcome. But yeah, it's a step in the right direction. I think next Friday I'm going to be doing 220 kilos back squat, so I'm looking forward to doing that. But as for now, it is the weekend, so I'm just going to be chilling out. Got the family here now. We're just about to start having another barbecue. So yeah, literally one of my favourite things to do at the weekend when the sun's out, just chill out with the family and have a barbecue. And obviously I am bulky now, so there's a much bigger window of calories that I'm allowed, so time to go and do what I do best.
I'm having the time of my life. Everything is going alright. Ooh, I just made them look twice. This is how it feels when you living that good life. I'm just living that good life. I'm just living that good life. I'm just living that good life. Good life. I'ma do me, I can't do it no different. Gold shades tinted, yeah, I got the right vision, yeah. I won't let you down, we about to paint the town. Got the people all around, we been surfing on the crown, yeah. We them cool kids with the roof down, yeah, we let loose, so lighten up, break the rules now. Yeah, we wild out the house with the tunes loud. On top of the clouds, looking round, yo, how we ever getting down, oh. I'm just going with the flow. Hey, you just gotta let me know. I think that it's about that time to go. One time for the gram, no. Go ahead, strike the pose. Got the city on lock. They ain't seen nothing like it. Got the whole spot popping. Ooh, it gets so exciting. Had the time of your life. Can I get that in writing? Hey, and tell them everybody invited. I'm having the time of my life. Everything is going alright. Ooh, I just made them look twice. This is how it feels when you living that good life. I'm just living that good life. I'm just living that good life.
Alright, barbecue finished. Obviously I was on the grill and managed to cook up an absolute storm with some nice burgers here. Yeah, they're pretty much inedible. I may have accidentally left them on the grill. But yeah, I'm pretty much going to wrap up the video here, guys. I'm just going to chill for the rest of the evening. It's been a very, very lovely day seeing family and just enjoying my time with them and enjoying the sun, most importantly, although I have pretty much burnt myself to a crisp, but wouldn't have it any other way. I am a little bit of a sun worshipper, so it's been nice just chilling in the sun. But I hope you have enjoyed your week, your weekend, whatever you've been doing, especially if you have managed to get out, enjoy some of the sun. But yeah, I'm going to leave the video here, guys. Hope you have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace. This sunburn is an absolute joke. Trying to get into a nice ice cold shower. Join me. Oh, lovely.